So apparently, Disney has told the ladies at The View to tone down the rhetoric about Donald Trump, to be a little bit more calm and less critical of Donald Trump. Fuck that. Why would anyone do that? I watched this guy in the Oval Office call people idiots and jerks for asking him questions. I watched this guy in the Oval Office show a fake video of grave sites, and tells the president of South Africa, those are grave sites. Those all represent all the white Afrikaners who were killed. It doesn't. It was a complete lie. I watched him also in the Oval Office hold up articles that he said were white Afrikaners in South Africa that turned out to be articles from the Congo. This dude is full of shit. Why would anyone tone down their rhetoric about him? I mean, South Africa, their officials had to come out and say, listen, we made a calculated decision. We didn't want this meeting to break up because we have to call your president out on his bullshit. So instead, we decided, let's let this idiot talk. And what we'll do is we'll talk to him in private about this ourselves. That is how people have to handle the president of the United States of America.
Turn the lights down, and just put this on. It's right behind you, Johan.
There's nothing this parliament can do with or without you.
Because that video was there, and it was like 3 minutes long, of Julius Malema, who we all know was expelled by your ANC and has a small party and is a rabble-rouser. And he was, portrayed as being part of your government. I mean, presumably that's why President Trump's staff put that video out. I'm just wondering, I'm not sure that he knew that Malema was not in your government. I'm not sure that he knew that those white crosses were not what he said they were. I'm not sure that he knew that some of the pages that he handed to your president were basically not even about South Africa. Were you surprised by the level of research his aides had done at such a high-level meeting between two presidents? I mean, this is easily debunked stuff, basic fact-checking.
We had to take a strategic decision whether we wanted the meeting to collapse on the basis of a non-existing issue or not. And we wanted that this matter, as you will have heard our president, that behind the closed doors, these issues will be engaged, and we are ready to engage on them. And there was indeed a context provided with regards to the song, that it has got a historical context.
Yep.
It's not something that is sang now to incite any form of violence and so forth. And as you have already said, indeed, the person on the video is not part of the government of national unity, and that is not government policy.
And it was all lies, and we need to call it out for what it is. I am so tired of people trying to, handle Donald Trump and his administration with kid gloves. He doesn't do that with anyone. I say we need to up the rhetoric. I say we need to speak less calmly, and we need to be more critical of him. If someone is an idiot, you call them an idiot. If they're a moron, you call them a moron. If they're a liar, you call them a liar, and that's what I will continue to do with Donald Trump until he changes, which we know he won't. So I will forever call him an idiot, a moron, and a liar, because that is what he is. The guy sits in the Oval Office. He treats people like they're not guests of this country. He lies to their faces. And you can't tell me that the people who did the research, the people who looked up these articles, didn't know exactly what they were. They knew that. He wanted to hold those things up, thinking that no one would look into them, because that is what typically happens with Donald Trump. And then he shows the video, and the president of South Africa is like, "Where's that from?" And he's like, "I don't know." What the hell? Our president is showing videos to the president of another country, telling him this is happening in your country. This represents what's happening in your country, when it's not. I think no one should tone down the rhetoric. I think we have allowed, and this is why we allowed these people to win. This is why they have the House and the Senate. Democrats are being too soft with these people. Stop saying misinformation. Stop saying disinformation. These are flat out lies. Stop handling this guy with kid gloves. Stop being afraid to say something. If you're a reporter in that room and he calls you an idiot, call him an idiot back. I mean, what can you lose at this point? The guy is calling you an idiot and a jerk to your face. Call him an idiot. Tell him he's a jerk. Why are people allowing this guy to act like a juvenile and treating him like he's an adult? He's not an adult. He's an idiot, a moron, and a liar, and that is what we need to call him. That is how we should address him, because that is how he chooses to address other people. We have, again, an idiot, a moron, and a liar for the president of our country. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in they heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.